So just like most content creators, I don't review every single movie that I watch. And I wasn't gonna make a review to this movie, but honestly, I had like three, maybe four friends DM me about the movie because they saw the mixed reviews. Now, as a disclaimer, I did give this movie 2.5 stars, but a lot of people got confused because they were like, if you say you enjoy this movie, why'd you give it 2.5 stars? Well, for starters, you don't only have to like the movies that you think are good. You could also like movies that are bad or mediocre. But don't get it twisted, I'm not saying that this movie is bad at all. So before I get into the review, I'm going to talk about how I rate my movies, specifically on Letterboxd. So in Letterboxd, you're only given 5 stars to rate a movie. So if I think a movie is mediocre or just okay, I give it 2.5 stars, because what's half of 5? Yes, 2.5. So 2.5 is quite literally dead in the middle of 5. And that's how I rate my movies. So anything above a 2.5 is average. So 3 or 3.5 stars is above average. And anything above a 4 is really good. Now, if I give a movie only 2 stars, then it's below average. And if it gets 1.5 stars, then it's bad, and then so on and so forth. But now let's actually talk about the movie. Now, I really enjoyed this movie, but if I put my biases aside, I think objectively it's just an okay movie. I think what it ruined my experience with this movie specifically is because this movie is produced by Jordan Peele, and he's such an established filmmaker right now at this point. So if you see Jordan Peele writing, directing, or producing a movie, you know exactly what you're gonna get. And knowing exactly what I'm gonna get from a Jordan produced film, this movie met all of my expectations. Sometimes a movie meeting your expectations could be good, and it could also be bad, but in this case, in my opinion, kind of bad. I knew what to expect from a Jordan Peele produced movie, and I got exactly that. But as a film lover, whenever I'm watching something new, I'm always expecting something new and exciting and something to just throw me off. Same thing with Wes Anderson films. Every time I see Wes Anderson's name on a new film, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna get stylistically. And when it comes to the actual talking points about this movie, people unanimously agree about the fact that a lot of the metaphors in this movie lead to nothing. I want to talk about that real quick, because I'm going to have to agree and disagree at the same time. I know I love to play devil's advocate when I do my movie reviews, but I always like to bring something new to the conversation so y'all could get a different perspective. So I agree in the sense that these metaphors didn't lead to anything, but I disagree because these metaphors did lead to something. They just didn't lead to anything that's hyper specific to the character. And that's exactly what we're used to. The general public, the general audience, or whatever word you want to use, they're so used to metaphors being hyper specific to the characters within the story. Whereas in the movie Him, a lot of the metaphors are leading to topics of conversations. And